Have you ever downloaded a freebie from someone, got a couple of emails, and then suddenly found yourself buying something you didn't even plan to? That's not a fluke. That's an effective sales funnel. And here's the thing most beginners don't even realize. If you've ever pasted a link to a freebie or offered a digital product online, you already have a funnel. The real question is it working for you or against you? In today's video, I'm going to explain what a sales funnel is in plain English, no jargon, just a simple, real-world explanation that finally makes everything click. Because once you understand how a funnel works, you can stop feeling like you're throwing content into the void hoping someone buys it. And you know where each piece fits, and that changes everything. So let's start with the basics and talk about simple online sales funnels for beginners. A sales funnel is simply the journey that someone goes on from discovering you online to eventually buying from you. It's not about manipulation. It's about creating a clear and supportive path for the right person to find what they need from you. And the reason it's called a funnel is because it narrows as people move through it. At the top, lots of people might come across your content on Instagram or YouTube or Pinterest, wherever. Some of them will decide to click. A smaller group might download your freebie. Even fewer will open your emails, and a few of those will actually buy your product. That's the funnel. Wide at the top, narrow at the bottom, but every step has a purpose and every step matters. So let me share with you a real-life analogy that makes this point even clearer. Imagine you're hosting a dinner party. The invitation that you send, that's your lead magnet, right? It gets people to your house. When you greet them at the door, that's your first email. It's where you make people feel seen. The conversation over the charcuterie board, that's your nurture sequence. That's the part where people get to know you. And when you finally say, dinner's ready, that's your paid product or service. You wouldn't open your door and immediately say, all right, come in, take a seat, that'll be $27, right? That would feel weird and rushed. But that's what a lot of people do online when they skip the funnel steps. So sales funnels let you guide people, not push them. You're not convincing them, you're inviting them, and that makes a world of difference. Now, here's the part that surprises most beginners. You may already have a funnel, even if you didn't mean to create one. If you've ever shared a link to a lead magnet or sent someone a welcome email or posted about your digital product with a call to action, that is a funnel. The problem is most beginner funnels are like unfinished IKEA furniture. You've got all the parts, maybe even the instructions, but you're missing a few screws or you skipped a step and now the whole thing's a little wobbly. It technically exists, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do. You might have a great freebie, but no emails afterwards. Or you have a product, but no reason for someone to land on your page to begin with. That's what causes sales to stall, not your product. Your audience just didn't have the context or the clarity that they needed to feel ready to buy it. So let's fix that. Let me walk you through the simplest online sales funnel setup I recommend if you're just starting out. Step 1 is to have a lead magnet. This is something free that solves a small, specific problem. Doesn't have to be a giant ebook, doesn't have to be a 10-module course. It's a quick win, a checklist, template, mini guide. And here's the key. Your lead magnet should directly relate to your paid product. Otherwise, you're just building a list of people who aren't going to buy from you when you're ready to sell them your product. Let's say your paid product is a $7 meal planner for busy moms. Your lead magnet could be a 3-day dinner rescue plan. That is totally aligned and super helpful. Your goal here is to attract the right people, not just random clicks. Okay, step 2 is a short email series. So once they grab your freebie, this is where a lot of people drop the ball. Don't ghost your audience. Instead, you want to send them a 3-email welcome sequence that builds connection. In email 1, you deliver the freebie and you thank them. In email 2, you share a quick story about why you created the freebie or you share a bonus tip. In email 3, you want to offer your product as the next logical step. Keep these short and clear and conversational. You don't have to be a copywriter. You just need to be real. If you want help writing those, I have a full video walking you through exactly how to do that, and I'll link it down below in the description. Now, step 3 is your entry-level product. This is where you gently make your offer. Keep it simple, keep it accessible. For example, my product, the $7 shortcut to selling your first digital product, is priced low on purpose. It removes the pressure from both sides. This step is where you finally stop just creating content and start earning money from it. It's also where a lot of people get stuck. So let's talk about what happens after you have those 3 steps. Once your funnel pieces are in place, your lead magnet, your emails, and your product, it's time to set up your automation. And don't worry, I promise this part isn't scary. Here's how it works in Stan. So someone clicks on a link in my YouTube description or Instagram bio, for example, and that takes them to Stan to download the freebie by entering in their email address. That then triggers Stan to start your email welcome series. The 3rd email in that series invites them to grab your paid product. If they click on that product in your email, they purchase right through your Stan store. That's it, from first interaction to sale on autopilot. You set it up once and it works for you even while you sleep. This is that stuff everyone's always talking about. And as you grow, you can always add new branches to that funnel or advanced automations, but this is the foundation. Now, let me say this very clearly. Your funnel doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be intentional. So here are the biggest mistakes I see people making, okay? Picking a lead magnet that's too broad or unrelated to your product. Skipping emails and going straight to the buy now. Creating a product before thinking about who it's actually for. Or trying to build everything perfectly before launching anything. I have found myself in that trap before. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. If your funnel isn't working right now, ask yourself, is every step guiding someone closer to trust and clarity? If not, that's your cue to look at it objectively and fix the missing step. It's okay. This is how we learn this stuff. There's this myth that you need to have a big audience in order for a funnel to work, but that's not true. You don't need more people. You need to have the right people moving down the right path. A good funnel doesn't pressure people, it prepares them. It's a way to serve before you sell. And when you do it well, your product feels like the next obvious step, not a surprise. So if you've been stuck trying to figure out why your digital product isn't selling, or if you've been avoiding funnels altogether because they sound too complicated, take a deep breath. You don't need to build a 17 email sequence. You don't need a giant launch plan. You need a simple path, one that makes sense to the person on the other end. And if you're stuck on the product piece, that's exactly what I help you with inside the $7 shortcut to selling your first digital product. Get on the waitlist now so that you don't miss the launch. I'll put the link down in the description. And next week, we're going one step further with this, where I'm going to show you exactly how I use short form content like Reels to fill the top of my funnel on autopilot. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one. If this saved you time or gave you clarity, please hit like and subscribe. I've got a lot more videos coming and they're all made with you in mind.